Harry and Meghan. They've got the big deal. They're paying back their bills. Piers is happy to a certain extent. He wants them to give back their titles. I think, hang on to their titles if they want to. That's not a problem. What I don't understand is how, if they don't want to be royal, they keep their titles. Isn't that automatically part of the divorce deal? How does that work?
No, remember the Edward VIII when he abdicated was the Duke of Windsor. They love titles. I think it's totally arcane. It's medieval. It's ridiculous. There's a snobbery in it. I try not to use their titles. I try to talk about Meghan Markle and Harry Windsor rather than the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. But let's face it, and I heard your discussion with Piers earlier on, they wouldn't be showered with these Netflix deals if they didn't have royal connections. They didn't have their titles. They're using them because they're commercially advantageous to them. If they really want to say goodbye to their past life, including the duties that they had, they would give up the titles. But it just suits them. It's just ka-ching, ka-ching.
Andrew, on this point, look, whatever side of the Meghan Markle, Harry debate you're on, I think people are pretty like one or the other. You love them, you hate them, whatever. But there's a kind of weird inconsistency to their Finding Freedom, the title of that book about them. If you really want freedom and independence, and I think paying back Frogmore Cottage, the cost there, and coming off their Harry's father's purse in the way that they apparently are doing, that's great. But if you really want freedom and independence, why hang on to these titles? Unless really you know in your heart that's what helps make you all the money.
Particularly in America, where Piers, you've lived there, you've worked there, the royal family brand is still enormous and it's going to be very lucrative for them. But part of the reason I think no move was made against them to take their titles away, I don't think the royal family will ever get over quite how seared they were by the way they treated Princess Diana. She had HRH stripped from her, and she was then to be known as Diana, Princess of Wales, no longer the Prince of Wales. And then, of course, they offered the title back to her in the week she died. Ridiculous, panic reaction. So I think they've always remembered that now, the royal family, that perhaps was heavy-handed with Diana. But Diana was going to be the Queen Mum, for God's sake. That would have been her role.
Yeah, I think it's a very different thing. I mean, these two are quite a long way down the monarchy cab rank. They don't behave like they are, but they're like number 8, 9 now or something. So the chances of them ever acceding to the throne are no hope.
Nowhere near.
And I've listened, they want to go and live in their Santa Barbara mansion and make their woke movies, fine. But why keep the titles? I've spent more time in Sussex in the last week than they have in their lives.
The thing that makes me laugh is that you all have a go at them. The front of the Daily Mail this morning, it's more than half of the front page, even though it's saying the divorce from Britain is final. Even the front of your paper, Kevin Maguire, much to your chagrin, I know. Netflix, they repay the bill. They sell news. Even if you called them Meghan and Harry, they would sell
Susanna,
thousands of newspapers.
Yeah, but that's because they do stuff all the time to grab media attention, whilst pretending they want to be private people. They don't want to be private people. They want to be multi-millionaire.
You don't want them to be private
They want to be
people.
Multi-millionaire Hollywood woke moguls, and good luck to them. I just don't think they should do it as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, because when Meghan makes her political statement about Trump, she shouldn't be doing that as a member of the royal family. She can do it as an American citizen and a private person living in Hollywood.
The idea you wouldn't cover it, even if she did it and she wasn't a Duchess.
Of course we'd cover them, but they wouldn't be subjected to the same charge of hypocrisy or of the conflict of interest between the monarchy and its desire to be impartial politically and what they want to do over in LA. I've got no problem with it, but make it clean cut. And it's like having a divorce and saying, you know what, I'm still going to pop back home every 3 days. That's not how it works. Guys, thank you all very much.
You can stay friends
even
after a divorce, by the way.